So I'm Sharon. I'm from Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
And notice the
And
last name first, the family
Sharon,
name first.
and yeah,
So a little bit about the background of maybe how we met. Betty Udongo, who is your aunt, she came to the United States back in the early to mid 2000s to work on her PhD in science education at Western Michigan University. And I was working on my PhD at the time, so we were office mates. And then during that time, she had told me about the school that she had founded in northern Uganda. She was also an elected member of parliament at the time. And she, unlike a lot of politicians, did not use the money that she made for selfish purposes. She used the money that she made to start the school in northern Uganda. And then orphans of war, because of conflicts that were going on at the time, who were in a refugee camp, started showing up at the school, and the school wouldn't turn them away. So others heard, hey, there's a school that won't turn people away. So others started showing up, and the school became a place to serve orphans and refugees of war. And I had visited the school in 2010. I'd gone there in the summer of 2010, and I'd met your mother while I was there. I treated your mother and your aunt and your uncle, forgetting his name, George.
George. He's
George,
late
yeah.
now.
George, of course, George died of a motorcycle accident about a year after I went to Uganda. So he died, I think, in 2011, or was it 2012? It was 1 or 2 years afterwards.
Mm.
But yeah, so I treated your mom, your aunt, and your uncle to dinner at a restaurant, and I also treated a couple of the orphans that I was sponsoring at the school. So the way that these orphans were able to stay at the school was Betty worked with people in Kalamazoo, Michigan. She had worked with various churches and individuals in Kalamazoo, Michigan to start a sponsorship program. That came about because I had asked Betty, when she was telling me about the orphans that were coming to the school, and that she didn't want to turn people away and that they weren't turning them away. And she needed to figure out how she was going to get the money to support them. At the time, I was supporting a student in India through an organization called Compassion International. And so I thought to myself, well, why couldn't Betty start some sort of sponsorship program? So I went to her and I said, well, how much would it cost to support an orphan for a year? And she said, I don't know, I'll go look at it and I'll come back and I'll tell you. She came back and gave me a number of what it would cost every month. And then I wrote her out a check for a year to support William, who was the first student who was sponsored at the school. And I became the first sponsor of the school. And then Betty began to work with an individual in Kalamazoo who helped them develop an actual sponsorship program. And then they began to go around to different churches and getting sponsors, and more people started to sponsor more and more orphans at the school. And that's how that came about. So it was about a year and a half, maybe not quite a year and a half ago, but it was summer of 2021 when I was talking with Betty about the possibility of me buying property in Uganda, because I was thinking, well, someday I want to come back to Uganda when I'm older and I want to retire there. And so what Betty wanted to do was help me to find property, but Betty's, kind of concerned that as she's getting older, when you get older, you get more tired and don't have as much energy, that she might not have the energy to, kind of work with me to help me to find a place. I said, well, my niece will, maybe she'll be able to help you out with this. We were just friends, and slowly we began to find that we had a lot in common. We were kind of similar in our personalities, and we were similar in some of our struggles. We were similar in our spiritual commitments. We have a similar Christian faith. And we just started connecting. And so, and we talk every day. Yeah, we talk every day. So I don't know if you had anything to add to that.
Yeah, so when my auntie told me would like to eventually come and buy land here, and for her, she's no longer strong enough to move, and if I could help him around when the time comes for him to come, I said, okay, no problem. We found out we had the same sort of struggles, with the same Christian faith. We just clicked along the way, and here we are today, planning for the future and hoping for the best.
Well, here we are now. So yeah,
Are we
so
are we are we are we are we in love? Are we planning anything? What happened? What is this all about?
well, I think we're in love.
Who said the love is fast? Was it me or you?
I don't know. Do you know?
I do.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I
I don't know
I
who
think
said
it
it first.
was me
You said it
because you
first?
were scared. Yeah, you are not sure that you were in love, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, so here we are. We are in love. Is there anything else that you've missed out? Of course,
well,
you
the
included
future.
some of it. Yeah, the
So
future.
let this
Oh, we
be,
should do that part two.
oh yeah, so yeah, we'll probably want to do that next time. So next time,
Mm,
that's part two. So next time we come back, we're going to talk about what's next.
Definitely.
So we're gonna come back
I think
next
the
time,
sun.
and
Mm,
we're going to tell you, as Paul Harvey used to say, for those who remember Paul Harvey, we're going to tell you the rest of the story. So,
yeah. Stay tuned for the rest of the juicy part of the story.
right. And for those of you who watch my geocaching videos with Charlie and Simon, you know that I always end with bye for now. And I got that from Sharon because she always says bye for now because it's not bye forever.
Yeah.
So
Bye for now.
we're going to say bye for now.
Bye for now.